Hello, my fellow preppers and homesteaders and everybody else who is watching today. Where are we today in the grand scheme of things? Today is Friday the 13th in the year 2020. Like, anything can freaking happen today. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to jump on and just share a little bit because I personally have been dealing with some heavy duty anxiety the past couple days, more so than normal. You see that? I got a skylight in this room and it does some funky things with the light. So I just got way distracted by that because that's how things are going for me. I'm like, squirrel. Oh, what was I talking about? That's where I'm having so much trouble focusing and have so much anxiety over everything that's going on in the world. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. So wanted to talk about that just for a little bit about, where we are in crazy land right now. I'm going to give you all an example. So yesterday, Jake and I had to go run some errands, and one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to buy a new TV for our bedroom. We don't have a TV in the bedroom. Because of the issues with my spine, at the end of the day, really there's nothing I can do but go lay down. And Randy's working really long hours, and so I want to spend some time with him when he gets home, but by 7:30, I am just in so much pain. I just want to go lay down. So I wanted to buy a TV for the bedroom. So when I'm laying down in there at freaking 7:30 at night, like I'm 86 years old, I could get off my phone and have a smart TV and be able to, watch some of my channels that I follow and, listen to some of the pastors that I follow and check out some of the meditation stuff that I follow from the comfort of the bed. Okay. Now I want you to keep this in mind. We are a couple of weeks out from Black Friday. I'm at the Walmart. Not one freaking Samsung TV under a 65-inch, and they had 5 of those in stock. Not one. So how do you not be anxious and not focus on these things and not think about these things when pretty much every part of our daily existence is a little weird right now? It's just weird. How do you go to Walmart 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, right before Black Friday, and they don't have any TVs, right? Walmart usually has the store lined with TVs. You have to climb over TVs to get to regular stuff because everybody buys TVs at Christmas time. It's just the way it is. So I do things to try and take my mind off of everything that's going on. And then, the reality of where we are in this cycle in history is just right there. Like, bam. Oh, no. You're not going to have a normal, happy shopping experience at Walmart because Walmart is going to remind you how crazy things are right now. So if any of you are going through the same thing I'm going through and you're noticing these things and you're picking up on this and your vibe is a little bit off and you're maybe a little anxious, feel free to leave some comments and let's chat about it a little bit because it's just a weird space to be in. And then, because I am plugged in, because I do care about the future of our country, because I am concerned that we are heading for some type of civil unrest, I do stay pretty on top of what's going on because I feel like to ignore it, to shut it off, to walk away from it is not a very patriotic position to have because it is important. It is a big deal. If somebody would have said to George Washington and Ben Franklin, just put the paper down and walk away, where would we be? And while I admire those coaches and thought leaders and all the folks who are able to just turn it down and walk away because they have other things they're focused on, I personally feel like as Americans right now, we all kind of have a responsibility to keep our eye on the ball and see what's going on. And, you know, what's going on is the mainstream media and social media have a blackout on the truth. They have absolutely 100% blacked out the truth. And the truth is, there is an overwhelming abundance of proof and evidence that there was enormous fraud in this election. I was really disheartened, and I am disheartened every time I see this coming from fellow Christians. One of my old pastors was on Facebook yesterday, basically saying that it's all a lie and there is no fraud, there is no evidence of fraud. Prove that there's fraud. Nobody can prove it. This is just Trump refusing to leave office. And I was both angry at his complete and total lack of desire to search for the truth. Because if you step just 2 steps behind mainstream media and social, you will find the truth. There are real live reporters, big name reporters, conservative reporters reporting on this. I mean, it's happening. It's out there. Millions of votes were changed from Trump to Biden by this software that's out there. STYXHEXENHAMMER is a guy who I follow. I will link him up in the comments. He is amazing. And he fact-checked the software fact checkers yesterday. And it was amazing because there's lots of rumors out there, like, for example, that Nancy Pelosi or the Clinton Foundation or people like that are owners of this software company. And so the Dominion software company came out and fact-checked everyone, and their fact-checking was a bunch of BS. Like, it was extremely misleading. It was not honest. And yes, there are people on the far left who are associated with this software. President Trump tweeted last night that millions of votes were compromised, changed, altered by this software. They now have thousands of affidavits from real live American citizens who say they witnessed cheating, they were ordered to cheat, they weren't allowed to be in the rooms to watch the votes counted. There's thousands. These are affidavits. These are people who are swearing. Do you know what it is like to be a conservative in America right now? Do you realize that the left doxes people, sends people out to try and physically find conservatives and harm them? AOC and her squad and people like her have been talking about having lists of conservatives by name and address so that they can never work again. They can't feed their families because they should be so ashamed and embarrassed that they supported President Trump. This is what's going on in this country. And to turn a blind eye, and especially if you are a leader in the community, a pastor or some other kind of leader, and you're going to take a side, and the side that you take is one of blindness and ignorance, that's very, very dangerous. We're in an incredibly dangerous time. And the extent that the media and social media have gone through to cover up the truth of this cheating and the fraud has set us up for an absolute civil conflict, civil unrest to a massive extent. They have spent, what are we on, day 9 now? 9 days, almost 2 weeks, telling people, telling Americans that there is no fraud, that this was an honest election, that Joe Biden won honestly, that any evidence to the contrary is made up and is just Trump not wanting to leave office, and people on the right attempting a coup against Joe Biden. That's what they're telling people. So what happens whenever we do uncover the fraud? The fraud is proved. Trump is elected the winner by the real results, the actual results. What happens? What do you think all of these people who have been told that, you know, the opposite is true, what do you think they're going to do? They've already shown that they have no problem burning our cities down to the ground. So what do you think is going to happen? And who's going to be held responsible for what ensues? I personally think it should be the mainstream media and social media. I think they should be personally held responsible for every dollar spent on destruction, for every fire that's set, for every person who is injured, for every death, for every murder. It should be on them. It is amazing to me how dishonest these people are, how absolutely radically dishonest they are. And whenever you see the big picture, everybody who is tied together and the financial stake they have and how much money they stand to make if they can just get Trump out of the way, it is absolutely clear what is really going on. And unfortunately, so many Americans are just unwilling to see it or unable to see it because they are being purposely deceived. And it's just a real rough place to be. I am sick to my stomach just going over all that. And it's not getting any better. And now we're coming into the holidays and you have governors once again overstepping, saying families can't be together, you can't meet, you can't share, you can't break bread. I don't think Americans are going to stand for it. And I think the truth is Trump won by an overwhelming majority because Americans are sick of tyranny. They're way sick of it. You know, I said this a long time ago, and I don't remember where it's not my original thought. I heard it somewhere else, and it is so true that the media and social media colluding together can take a very, very small percentage of the population and make them seem overwhelmingly big. And I just don't think there's that many people that are really on Biden's side, to be honest with you. But we have enough anarchists and enough paid bad actors that they can certainly do a lot of harm. I saw a video, and I think I shared a clip of it. I might not have screenshot it. And it was of a guy who, you know, there were all these big celebrations after they cheated Biden to have more votes, right? There were all these big celebrations. And there was some, I mean, it might have been Project Veritas. There were some folks like that out there interviewing people in the street. And they interviewed this one guy and they said, you know, why are you here? Are you here in support of Biden? And he's like, oh no, I got paid to be here. And they're like, you did? How much did you get paid? He's like, $400. They paid me $400 for the day to be here to act like I'm celebrating for Biden. Okay, they have to pay people to show up. Biden was getting 12, 20, 25 people at his rallies before the election, and President Trump was getting 20 and 30,000. Something is not right here, folks. And I think a lot of us can sense it and a lot of us can feel it. And the type of truth that we do get from the mainstream media are things like they're reporting now, we're going to see shortages. There could be food shortages. There could be disruptions. I totally believe they are telling the truth about that. And I think we are truly in for a dark, cold winter. I think it's going to be really rough. I think that it's going to be the weirdest holiday season a lot of us have ever had. I'm sure during World War II, this is a lot of the same energy was floating around whenever America got sucked in, and then Pearl Harbor, and people didn't know what was going on, and they had, you know, the sirens going off, and I'm sure there was some dark, weird energy there. I'm sure in the Great Depression, there was some real dark, weird energy there over the holidays, and then here we are in 2020. I'm going to say the same thing I say all the time, and I know most of you hear it and most of you are doing it, but for those of you that just haven't gotten there yet, get to the grocery store. Start going to the grocery store a couple of times a week and just buy in a couple of extra cans of stuff. Pick up stuff whenever you can. Just pick it up, bring it home. What is the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is you don't need it, and you're going to have to rotate through some extra cans of tomato soup, right? Like, get yourself stocked up. Stock up on meat. Meat is going to be tough. As Corona started to ease up, and I believe it was around the beginning of May, we were into pork shortages. We were coming into beef shortages. Plants had closed down. It was tough to find some of that stuff. Prices have never gone back to where they were before Corona. We're going to run into the same situation, and it's going to be winter. So just stock up. I'm worried about y'all. I'm worried about folks who just know it's serious, but don't believe that we are headed for the same type of disruption that we saw at the beginning of the year. And I just honestly feel that we are. We are headed for some major disruptions. And you know, I can't get a freaking TV 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So we never got all the way back to normal. And I don't think it's going to be anything like normal for a long time. Maybe ever. Maybe, I hate those words, but maybe this is a new normal and things are just going to be a little hanky from here on out. I don't know. So I guess that's it. I guess that's all I wanted to chat with y'all about today. I did get some designs done for some t-shirts. I think they're kind of cool. I think folks would like to wear them, especially the kind of folks who watch my channel. So if you have the extra money and you think it's a cool t-shirt and you want to pick some up, that would be awesome. I'm also going to link up our Amazon affiliate link again. If you're going to shop Amazon for anything anyway, if you shop through there, we just get a little bit of credit. So that's it. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. If you want to have any conversations, leave them down there in the comments. I have a notification set on my comments and I get to them as fast as I can. And the other thing I wanted to say. So I shoot these videos when I am taking a break. Like I have been working since 7:30 this morning. It is now, I don't know what time it is, 2-ish, I guess. Just taking a break to sit down and do this. I am, between my 4 email accounts, I have like 2,000 something emails. I am way behind. I'm trying to get caught up. If you reached out via the Patriot Relocation Network or Ozark Prepsteaders or Sandland Real Estate Services, and you have not heard back from me, I'm trying. And I got a lot of spam in there and I got to weed it out. That is my goal for this weekend, is to get completely caught up on email. So if you haven't heard back from me, I promise I'm doing my best, and I will try and connect with you as soon as possible. So thank y'all. I hope you're all doing okay. I wish you all a fabulous weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.